What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, is it gonna be an awesome freaking day? So guys, welcome back, and happy Weapon Wednesday. So out of all the mods you voted on for last week's episode, this is the one that won. But don't forget, down there in the comment section, vote 1, 2, or 3, or check out the poll in the top right-hand corner to let me know which mod we're voting on for next week. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I apologize if I sound a little bit nasally today, or a little bit like that. I think I have a cold, so I apologize about that. If you've been seeing any of the live streams, you'll know it's been progressively just coming in, so I apologize about that. But the Blade of Intrigue, now this weapon, I saw this on Bethesda.net, and I immediately fell in love with the detail that I saw within the actual thumbnail, not the blade itself, because the blade itself is actually right inside of there. Now, where exactly is that? Well, it's actually an unmarked area on the cave, or on the map, not in the cave. I was looking at Darkfall Cave, but it's an unmarked area on the map over by Deep Folk Crossing. Say that 10 times fast, but we're over here by Markarth. You got Markarth right there. Deep Folk Crossing is right there, but it's between Betharmdaz as well as Mor, Khazgur, Darkfall Cave, and Drudok Redoubt. So it's right there. You want to come to Deep Folk Crossing, and when you come to Deep Folk Crossing, there's a little thing, there's a little dwarven thing right there. If you come from there towards here, towards the west, if you walk out west, you'll find the Forgotten Tomb. Now, inside of the Forgotten Tomb, we're actually going to go ahead and put on this God Ring, and I actually don't even have a weapon, so let me grab a weapon, because there are indeed some bandits inside of there. Alright, so here we are inside of the Forgotten Tomb. I have my weapons, we're good to go, but if we go and walk down here, the front entrance, there's nothing in here that is of importance. So the main area you want to come to is this spot right here. This is where all the bandits are going to be at. Now there's 3 of them in here, I believe. From my last count, there's 3 of them in here, although where are they at? They don't seem to be spawned in here yet. How strange. So there's normally 3 bandits in here. One of them was right here for me. The other one was like over here, and the other one was sleeping. So it could be something along the lines of they're out patrolling. But if you get lucky and they don't spawn, then lucky you. But you're gonna want to find this spot right here, the handle. And once it's open, you can walk inside of here and grab the Blade of Intrigue. My heart dropped for a second because it wasn't in there, and when I looked at it the first time, it was the first thing in there, so I apologize about the pause, but there we go, the Blade of Intrigue. Now, that's not the actual weapon values. That is because I'm currently in God mode. The actual weapon value of the sword itself is 13 damage, 10 weight, and 850 value. Now, this weapon is more so for those of you wanting to display one rather than use it, because the weapon damage isn't the greatest, but let's go outside and see it in daylight. Alright, so here is the Blade of Intrigue inside of my hands, and I gotta say, it is beautiful. It's a much longer sword, it looks like, almost. Either that, or it's just its perspective being stupid with me, but I love the etching inside of the actual blade, and we're gonna take a closer look at this so that you can see it in all of its glory. And in fact, you know what, let's go ahead and do that, but before we do that, look at it just sitting in the sheath on my side. I love the stitching. In fact, let's see. Let's make it daytime, or let's make it like noon so that I can actually see it. And let's make it noon. There we go. And we'll go ahead and re-equip the Blade of Intrigue just like that. And then we'll put it right back inside of there. So it fits so nicely in its little scabbard on my side. The black leather with the white stitches inside of there. And then the lovely hilt right on the sword. Just looks so cool. It's a very ceremonial sword. Good one. Very ceremonial sword, it looks like. But we'll go ahead and drop it on the ground. I know it's terrible to drop a sword that nice on the ground. But let's get a little bit closer and take a look at the detail. Now look at that. The high resolution textures on this blade are incredible. It's a nice contrast because you can see the very low resolution textures on the ground behind it, and then you can really see the textures pop on the actual blade as well as the hilt. Now the blade itself is beautifully done, comes out to a nice point and not like the paddles that we've seen in the past, with a nice big spine that comes down the middle, it looks like, with the 2 bevels on each side. I love the detail right there. And then this cross-like shape inside of here right at the top where the tang of the blade fits into the handle. Really pretty, really nicely done. Now the handle as well as the pommel and the crossguard, I don't know if that's gold or if it's copper or bronze. It doesn't really look gold, but I don't know, it looks very nice. Let's see, in order to create it, what do we actually need? It might even be that corundum, because in order to improve it, you need 1 corundum ingot. Now that's pretty interesting, but Inside of here, let's see. Let's just take a look at the etchings. It looks like we got like the fleur-de-lis right there. Those look really, really neat. And I just love how the weapon looks, honestly. It's just a beautifully rendered weapon. Now let's go ahead and take a look at it in the cheat room. And let's see if one, we can temper it, and two, if we can enchant it. So here we are right here. We can go ahead and check out if we can temper it, and yes indeed we can. For one corundum ingot, it goes up to level 24. It goes up to damage value of 24. But do keep in mind that I have nothing into, what is it, one-handed? I don't have anything into one-handed weapon skills, so if you had anything into one-handed, or you had this completely maxed out, you would obviously do much more damage. And then let's see if we can enchant it. Let's see. Yes, indeed. So you can enchant it. That's very nice to have. Now, in the mod description, it actually says something about smithing as well. So there's a possibility that we may be able to smith it as well down in Elven. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like in there. Anything in here? Looking for Blade of Intrigue. No, it doesn't look like it's in there. So perhaps it could be you need the Elven smithing in order to temper it, to create, you know, a better version of the actual sword. But this sword in itself is unique, so don't lose it and don't sell it because you won't be able to get it back. But with that being said, you guys, I think this blade is perfect for anybody either 1A, wanting to have something beautiful on a weapon plaque or in a weapon display case in their home, a modded home of course, or two, somebody who wants to maybe roleplay more so as, you know, someone who's inherited a beautiful sword to go around and adventure through Skyrim with. It's a beautifully done sword. I love the way it looks. Count how many times I said beautiful and let me know how many times I said it down there in the comment section, guys. But I hope you enjoyed today's mod showcase, and I will see you in the next video.